This might be one of the shortest reviews I ever do. Chevalier was a real person who was the son, a slave owner had relations with one of his slaves, resulting in a mixed race son who he sent off to private school to be educated, who became basically a brilliant at many different things in school, in particular, composing music. This is based on a real person just before the French Revolution. And this fits in a category of films that I would say I would almost rather see a documentary about the real thing than the movie I'm watching now. It's and having seen a movie that is similar to that called Amadeus, which is, yes, an older film. I love the movie Amadeus, not just because of the music, the performance by Tom Hulce as Mozart Amadeus is fantastic. This film doesn't do any of that. There's illicit romance with Chevalier. There's Chevalier constantly being berated because he's, because of his race, which just gets so tiresome to see this also in films. It's like, it's just like, we've seen this kind of story. I'd rather see different stories, right? Where that's not constantly a thing that's hanging. I feel like I didn't really get to know Chevalier, the real person in this, which is why I mentioned I'd rather see a documentary. In addition, I will say the saving grace for this movie, it's an hour, 43 minutes, but it wants to be profound. It wants to make a statement, and it seems so rooted in modernity and the message that it got cringe-inducing at times. It doesn't have what the Amadeus film had, which is the music of Mozart. I'm thinking, let's hear the Chevalier music that is so beloved. And the movie didn't really stop long enough to help you fall in love with the music. I thought this movie was a colossal disappointment. It just opened in theaters, I believe, last week in wider release, which I was in a theater that was nearly empty. I can't recommend it. I was interested enough to go see it. I thought the trailer was not very good, and the movie is worse. So I would say a very, very mixed to negative review. You were saying, Alan?
Yeah, we reviewed it. Andy Hall gave it a 6 out of 10. He says, it's simultaneously pretty good and rather bad.
Yeah, that's it. It's like okay, and then it's awful. Yeah, and Andy is usually generous to movies.
Yeah.
So yeah. Andy is generous. He gave it a 6. I would give it a 4. So I cannot recommend Chevalier. Really disappointing. And there's a better movie. It's called Amadeus, and it's a better version of this type of film. They even make a big penis joke in the movie. There's a joke in the movie about his Chevalier's big penis. So talk about racial cliches and stereotypes. They make a big penis joke in the Chevalier movie. It's utterly stupid. I'm sure that, and what annoyed me was the filmmakers think that the movie is very profound. It is not. It is not. It is a disappointment.